Alright guys, we're on page, I believe, 4 of the review packet. Domain and range. Alright, remember, domain means X values, range means Y values. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. I understand it's going to get a little tricky here. So, looking at this thing right here, we got to figure out the domain, we got to figure out the range. Domain means so the X values. Domain means the X values, range means the Y values. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is going down and to the left forever. This one's going up to the right forever. Okay, what that means is that it encompasses essentially all the X values and all the Y values. Alright? Because no matter where I put my finger on this point, I can draw it to either a Y value or an X value, and since it's going up this way forever, I will always be able to draw from the line to an X value or to the Y value, to any Y value. All right, that means that everything has this function has trying to think of the word. Essentially has infinite range and an infinite domain. Okay, so the domain. Okay. The domain, since this is going forever this way, that means that it's expanding all the way this way on the axis, and this is going forever this way, it's expanding all the x's this way. It means it goes from negative infinity, alright, I'm going to draw that better, negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, so that's what the domain means. The range, okay, so it's going down and up forever. So since down and up is what the Y values are, and it's going down forever and it's going up forever, once again the range will also go from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now, is this a function? Yes. Why? The vertical line test. If I draw a vertical line, will I be able to pass through more than one point at any time? No. I will only be passing through one point of this little squiggly right here. That's it. So it is a function. This next one, domain and range. Alright, remember, domain is X, range is Y. Now, these little things have arrows, they're just not shown. Okay, so what we're seeing is that this graph essentially starts right here. It goes forever up this way and it goes forever down this way. But none of it is pointing backwards, meaning my x's. I have no negative x's. There is no x values for this graph from here on this way. So, where did the x values start? Well, it starts at the 0. Okay, so the domain, it starts at the 0. And it goes to where? Well, it goes forever this way. So it has to, since it's expanding forever to the right, it has to go to infinity. Now the range is a different story. Since this is going forever down, this is going forever up. Alright, remember up and down deals with y. It means it goes down forever, so it goes down to negative infinity. It goes up forever, it goes up to infinity. This is a function. Now, draw a vertical line, it's going through more than one point. So since it's going through more than one point, it's not a function. It's not a function. Alright, this next one. Now, notice, this one was sideways. This one is facing downwards. Okay, so let's start with my domain. Okay, domain is left and right. Alright, so this thing is going down and to the left forever. That means that it's going to be expanding forever on the x-axis, okay? No matter where I draw, or no matter what x I pick, I'm going to be able to figure out somewhere along the line where that x hits the graph. Where that x hits the graph. Like this x hits the graph right here. This x hits the graph right here. Well, this is going down forever. So if I picked a random point anyway this way, I could draw it down to the graph itself, or up to the graph itself, or however you see it. This one's going down and forever to the right. Since it's going down forever to the right, any of these x's I should be able to draw and find where the where it hits the graph. Now, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there, because it's expanding forever. Since it's expanding forever left and right, we know that it's the domain goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now the range. It's going down forever, but it's not expanding up forever. It actually stops where 4 is. But since it's going down forever, we know it starts from negative infinity, but it only can go up to at the highest point it's able to go up to, which, since it stops right here, the highest y is 4. Now, whether or not this is a function, this is a function once again because I can draw a line anywhere on this and it won't go through more than one point of that thing. Okay, so it is a function. So it is a function. Alright, circle's pretty easy to do. Okay, I can tell you right now it's not a function, but let's do the domain and range. Okay, the circle only expands out to so far. It only expands out to the -3. So my domain, alright, since this is as far as it expands, this is how far it expands this way. It goes from -3 to 5. So the domain is from -3 to 5. The range, okay, it only goes down this far and it only goes up this far. So it goes from 2 to 6. -2 to 6. Now, it's not a function. It's not a function because I can draw a line and it hits 2 points, so not a function. That is it for this page.